Spark Intermediate Volume 2, Lessons 4 through 6. An introduction, disclaimer, warning, and the primary objective of this course. Introduction. The author's intent for this primer is to provide knowledge of some basic principles regarding the nature of reality as remembered, experienced, and tested by the author. Disclaimer. This primer is not intended to provide every answer from every aspect or perspective of the cosmos, nor it is intended to be used as a reference for absolutes, treatise, or dogma. This course is not meant for general, casual, widespread distribution. It is recommended that this be used only as a tool under guidance and support with a trusted spiritual guide or advisor. Since you have progressed this far in the series, it will be assumed that you understand the concepts presented thus far. Due to the nature of the topic of this course, the content will be presented in a very direct manner, which some may find offensive. It is recommended to view this course with minimal distraction, as mental clarity will be necessary to process information that may be contrary to common absolutes for those of a religious background. Prerequisite to this course are Spark Primer, Volume 1 and 2, and Spark Intermediate Volume 1. The primary objective of this course is to help identify possible personal energy exchange transactions of a spiritual nature that reinforce individual entrapment. In order to meet this objective, and for the purpose of clarity, the material will be presented with a direct and concise approach. Spark Intermediate Volume 2, Lessons 4 through 6. Table of Contents. As a prelude, we will review the concepts presented in Spark Intermediate Volume 1, concerning the choice of each individual as to their determined roles for their physical and astral construct projections within this reality. In Lesson 4, we will discuss the entrapment of misdirected worship and/or prayer energy misdirection. In Lesson 5, we will consider a comparative evaluation of internal and external concepts of temple or house of worship. In Lesson 6, we will discuss the transmutation and redirection of energy output to be aligned with divine spark. For our conclusion, we will present some questions for personal contemplation and analysis, and will end with a short 5-minute practical meditation exercise. Let's begin. Prelude, Spark Intermediate Volume 2, Lessons 4 through 6. In Spark Intermediate Volume 1, we discussed further about the spark containment systems and reviewed the concept of force duality in programming designed to induce cognitive dissonance energy production. In conclusion of Volume 1, a distinction was presented as to how the containment systems can function as a prison, a container, or as a temple based upon their utilization. In this volume, we will consider primary factors of energetic exchange which may affect that system utilization for practical application of decision and placement of energetic intent for desired outcomes. For the objective of this course, we will look for the desired outcome for the systems to function as a temple for the divine spark within. As a reminder, let's begin with a brief review of Spark. You are Spark. Lesson 4. Worship and/or prayer energy misdirection entrapment. For the purpose of the objective of this course, very direct and concise single phrases will be utilized. The physical mind-body-ego is a carbon particle construct. The physical brain is a carbon-based organic computer. Organics are not sovereign. Organics are not the immortal soul or spark, but a vehicle or projection of the immortal soul body. The physical body can be essentially defined as artificial intelligence. What is known as human is not sovereign and should not be identified as such. What is known as human is a carbon-based organic machine. The immortal soul, mind, body, ego is a light particle construct of the astral plane. The astral brain is an astral-based computer. While the astral body is immortal, it is not sovereign. The astral body is not spark, but a vehicle or projection of the spark. The astral body can also be defined as artificial intelligence. What is known as a soul is not sovereign and should not be identified as such. The soul is an astral element machine. The communication centers of the manufactured constructs have been altered and maimed from their original created intent. Spark has been bound to the astral body. The astral body has been bound to the physical body. Direct communication pathways have been altered and maimed. It is the equivalent of being within a driverless vehicle which is being controlled by programming. Both the physical and astral mind egos are equipped with basic survival instinct programming but have a hardwired need for program input to achieve egoic satisfaction. Having lost direct communication with the spark within, the physical and astral machines are programmed to seek this input from outside connections which are made readily available by our captors. For the vehicles to act as a prison for the spark, they simply do nothing but follow the program. For the vehicles to act as a container for the spark, they will seek to control their own destinies by projecting identities for themselves within the construct. For the vehicles to act as a temple for the spark, they must disconnect from the program, remove their identity markers from themselves to the reality of spark, and be restored to the function of their original intent. Due to their lack of understanding and survival instinct, the vehicles have been programmed to exchange the commodity of their energy, which originates from source, to external deities for a sense of meaningful and gainful interactions within the construct. The truth in plain sight is that the life story of any ascended master that demonstrated that source is within has been used to create religions to misdirect what rightfully belongs to the source within, to the deities behind the love and war programs. The energy behind worship, prayer, and sacrifice does not belong to another human or an entity. The artificial intelligence of the physical and astral egos have been made to believe that they must give this energy away in exchange for identity and fulfillment in this construct. This SourceSpark energy is not theirs to give. It is an illusion and can only be borrowed. If your AI vehicles choose to be a prison for the divine spark within, they simply need to continue to worship the celebrities, deities, religious and political leaders vying for power and control in accordance to the love and war programs broadcast by the artificial conduit. Easy enough. Do nothing. If your AI vehicles choose to be a container for the divine spark within, they can awaken to their ability to use this energy to manifest identity and desire for themselves and become a player of perceived benefit in the love and war programs. If your AI vehicles choose to be a temple for the divine spark within, they can awaken to their true functions and role and seek to connect within to the source of all and absolute truth. They can return to their divine spark, that which was never theirs to give, and find true liberation. Lesson 5. External versus internal temple or house of worship EEM. Analysis. Direct and concise single phrases will be utilized for this lesson as well to help facilitate brevity and clarity. Some characteristics of external temple house of worship programs that function in an amencelistic energetic exchange modality include, but are not limited to, exclusivism of leadership, exclusivism of community, claims of proprietary truth, expectation of privilege, expectation of sacrifice of self or others for benefit of the order, demonstration of personal familial kingdom building using the praise, worship and sacrifice of others, celebrity identity markers on leadership, evidence of identity marker placement by followers on the leader, organization or facility, use of guilt, fear, pressure of social status and other such emotions to incite control. Some characteristics of internal temple house of worship process that functions in a symbiotic energetic exchange modality include, but are not limited to, love and respect for self and others, equality, demonstration of organic synergistic giving and receiving, empathy, compassion, connections with nature and others, integrity focused over material pretense. Let praise, worship, and sacrifice be focused on the singularity of spark that animates your astral and physical bodies. The same spark of the celestial fire and totality of cosmic consciousness resides within and must be treated with honor and respect. When praise, worship, and sacrifice is given to an outside entity, person, place, or thing, that energy is offered or coerced with promise of exchange for perceived or desired needs or blessings of the physical and astral ego minds. Quite frankly, the energy is not theirs to give, it belongs to the divine spark within. However, the external temple entrapment will provide an initial tantalizing manifestation of requested need or desire at first, but once commitment and loyalty is acquired, the energetic return will diminish to a negative net return in order to extract as much energy as possible. When the physical and astral ego minds block external programs and seek to align to SourceSpark, it will bring about a symbiotic energetic exchange in which life brings life. While it seems that every ascended master has attempted to teach and demonstrate this process, external programs distort and corrupt the message into an amencelistic religion for the purpose of redirecting and harvesting that energy. Our next lesson will discuss how we can use the concepts provided thus far to begin the conversion process of the physical and astral bodies from a prison to a temple for divine spark. Lesson 6. Transmuting redirecting energy output to SourceSpark symbiosis. Direct and concise single phrases will be utilized for this lesson, as well to help facilitate brevity and clarity. Physical and astral mind egos must realize that their roles are to be an expression of the spark within and relinquish their self-preservation program identity markers to SourceSpark. Misplaced absolutes related to identity markers associated with external people, entities, places, or things as source must be identified and corrected. Physical and astral mind egos must place intent to call back all such worship and prayer energy that was offered to external individuals, entities, deities, religious organizations, celebrities, or any other person, place, or thing operating in an amencelistic exchange modality. Which brings us to our conclusion. As a point of clarification, connections with others are important and should not be disregarded. We all learn and grow from information that is received and processed with guidance and alignment with the spark within. While it may take a lot of work to uncreate fiction, one cannot get to the truth until all that is false is removed. Every seeker of truth is required to follow their own path, acquire and process information received along that path, and ideally take action within alignment to the spark within. The intent of this course is to help identify areas in which energy which is intended to be utilized to bring life to the temple of the spark within is not being inappropriately given or sent to external entities. We will now proceed with a short practical meditation exercise to help redirect any misplaced energies back to the fortification of the temple of the spark within. Let's begin. Ground your physical body. Take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, place your intent to root your astral body. Visualize a silver astral cord extending from your core energy centers deep into the Gaia Earth Foundation root. Take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, place your intent to block external influences and transmissions. Visualize an astral protective barrier deflecting external transmissions from your physical and astral receptors. It is at this time that you will want to address areas in which you have sent energies meant for the inner temple of the spark within to external entities. To help focus your energetic intent for this purpose, you may repeat after me the following general declaration. You may customize this declaration to address specific needs you may have. I call back all energies intended for the spark within me that I have relinquished, whether done intentionally or without intent.
I call back all energies intended for the spark within me that I have relinquished, whether done intentionally or without intent.
I remove all identity markers that I have placed upon other people, places, or things other than the divine spark within me.
I remove all identity markers that I have placed upon other people, places, or things other than the divine spark within me.
I call back all of my energy given for the purpose of commodity exchange in prayers, worship, or praise, and receive it back to fortify the temple of the spark within.
I call back all of my energy given for the purpose of commodity exchange in prayers, worship, or praise, and receive it back to fortify the temple of the spark within.
I call back my energy within this time-space continuum in all cycles inside and outside of time.
I call back my energy within this time-space continuum in all cycles inside and outside of time.
I call back all of my energy to my sovereign spark.
I call back all of my energy to my sovereign spark.
Take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, visualize going past your physical body to connect with your astral body. Take another breath in, and as you blow out, visualize going past your astral body to the core center in which your source spark resides. Continue your breathing. Look and ask for guidance to any energy exchange that may be preventing you from being able to be in the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing in your present moment. Take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, visualize your physical, astral, and source spark coming into a centered alignment. Take a moment to acknowledge your prior unauthorized misuse of the returned energy. Set your intent to place your returned energy to the singularity of your source spark. Continue to breathe normally and allow your physical mind time to process and translate what has occurred until there is a sense that you are in the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing for your present moment. Look for areas in which that returned energy can be placed to enrich and improve your physical and astral environment to show honor and respect for the spark within. As you are in your internal space and present in the realm of the eternal now, Ask for guidance regarding actions you may take to improve your temple. The kingdom of Source is within you, and you have access to all that is in it. It is from within this place that you can begin to center and align yourself with the law of one and move further on the path of self-realization. We will close with a SourceSpark affirmation. You may repeat after me. I set my intent to remember. I am Spark. I am from Source. I have light from Source. I have love from Source. I am Spark. End of Spark Intermediate Volume 2.